Hey y'all, it's me. I'm back. You missed me. Listen, I'm in error. I am. I'm doing this terrifically exciting thing, and I've not told you about it. Let me show you my Bible. This book is Africa Counts, Number and Pattern in African Culture by Claudia Zaslavsky. If you don't have it, get it. The thing is a short shot classic. Anyway, off the back of this book and my work in computing, I'm doing something terrifically exciting. Yeah, I am going to West Africa to study the foundation of mathematics in Africa, to study the root of computer science in Africa, the way it manifested in ancient times. It's absolutely incredible. It's a little known fact that binary mathematics and the heart of all computing, in theory and practice, began in Africa with voodoo priests. I know it's crazy. You might not know that, but it is in fact true. Let me show you. 1 second. Proof. African fractals, modern computing and indigenous design by Ron Eglash. And in it, he talks about it. He talks about how all of the crazy patterns you see in African textiles and all over African architecture, all of this stuff, fractals have a mathematical heart. And not only do they have a mathematical heart, right, but it's the basis of all modern computing. And I thought, man, when I first heard that, I thought that's crazy. I mean, voodoo priests pioneered computer science? Well, it's kind of more or less true. So anyway, I hatched a little plan. I hatched a plan, and then I spoke to the Winston Churchill Memorial Trust, and these guys decided to fund me. I'm gonna go out there now, and I'm going to research with my own eyes, and bring back what I learned, and teach and share what I've discovered. I'm going to be speaking to academics. I'm going to be speaking to artists and artisans. I hope to speak to voodoo priests. And I want to dig into the numbers. I want to dig into the maths. I want to dig into that indigenous African computer science. And I'm terribly excited about it because I'm such a computer person, right? And I didn't know that this was even a story, but it is a story. And it's one that deserves to be told widely. So I'm going to begin, by reading stuff from Africa Counts, reading stuff from African fractals and do some computer shit. Anyway, let me read a blog post that I wrote about it earlier. So, I'm a Winston Churchill Fellow. That's a big deal. I've quietly acknowledged it thus far with a Buddhist monk's lack of excess, but as a surprisingly summer-like summer ticks along, and it's over now because it's winter, I think I'm going to let my hair down. And I've let my hair down. It's both this tremendous thrilling opportunity and a mixed bag that creates ambivalences and internal torsion. There, I said it. I'll talk about this another time. I'll get back to that later. But what is this thing? The Winston Churchill Memorial Trust enable good works at home by facilitating people with great ideas to travel abroad. So I'm on a mission. You know my mission. You know my mission, right? Morse code has kind of been gestating in my mind for a little while. I move around the tech scene, and you can't help but at least I can't help but notice, very often JavaScript me. Well, I'm the only black person, so my thing was not to wait for other people to do something about it, but for me to do something about it. Mossad is like one of the oldest black communities in the UK. It's been, this incredibly vibrant focus point for not only black culture, but black thought And my guess is that great things can come out of this community. And that's why I'm establishing a computer science lab here. I think that's why you do things here. I know the money and resources are not here, but there's an intellect and an improvisation here. You're trying to establish a new model of computing. It's a democratic idea that ordinary people can take part in, because, you know, at the end of the day, most people stop touching science academically at the age of what, 15, 16, and they never ever touch it again. People doubt science. People think that, for good reasons, that their food is being manipulated, that the water's being tampered with, that, you know, people are chemtrailing, and the world isn't quite what it seems to be. And I think Morse code and what I'm doing with computing should be able to touch on, you know, music. It should be able to touch on conspiracy theory. It should be able to touch on all of these things, man, because otherwise, what am I doing, right? If you've got a computer science lab and somebody comes in, and said, I think the world is flat, right? This is a great moment, right? Because we can then start talking to people about scientific ideas. Computing is being used to drain ordinary people of power. But funnily enough, I'm not that concerned. I can't stop what Google are doing, you know? I can't stop that drain of information. But what I think can happen is we can establish a new way of using technology that's going to empower ordinary people. And I think the kinds of computing that comes out of a place like Mossad is going to look and feel, it's going to feel different. And that's Morse code. Morse code is, we're flipping the scripts on code.